Okay, nice to see everybody.
But hey, guys, nice to see you, King Charming, as well.
Nice to see you guys.
Prince Charming.
Where are you based? Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining you from Denmark at the moment.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very cozy place.
Yeah. Where are you guys located?
Well, Daniel and myself, we are based in Barcelona. Guys, you're gonna you can speak up for yourself. It's gonna be boring if it's gonna be just me talking.
I am from Argentina.
Me too, I'm from Buenos Aires.
Lovely. I spent some time in Buenos Aires last year. I love the city.
Yeah, and now apparently the community there is huge with with the Polkadot Academy started in there.
Yeah, I heard about it. I was also at Polkadot Decoded last year in Buenos Aires.
Oh yeah, it was Decoded last year. But yeah, Decoded is Polkadot event, right? Sub-Zero is a substrate event. Right, yeah. I always get them confused.
Have they decided yet where it's going to be happening this year? The Decoded? You guys have any idea?
I don't know.
Well, let's see. Maybe we'll see each other there. That would be nice. Yeah, we've been in Lisbon and on the Sub-Zero in November. But yeah, it was actually the first time we've seen the gang face to face. Before we had only virtual engagement, which is quite different.
Yeah, it's funny. We have it the same with our team. Like I'm still one of the guys I haven't met in person yet, and the other one I met at an event as well in the States.
Yeah, well, it's different. It's different. I mean, like I think I had to pay 2-3 beers at least because I was promising the beers on public channels. Like, hey, thanks for the kind of the help, and then like I buy you a beer. So yeah, it's so I had to respect my the promises that I have made.
Yeah, it's easy to make those promises when everything's virtual.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I really have no problem making promises except when they come when it comes to the beer, right? I love beer, so for me that's actually that's another excuse just to drink. But yeah, so basically that was it. Shall we start, Elena? And then we can have a chit chat.
Let's since we're having the recording running, let's actually go through the facts for the main updates, and then we can continue with the chit chat. Also, like King Charming, maybe you can get a little bit better context into what the hell are we doing with Anagolay.
Yeah, I would love that.
Cool. Yeah, so let's get started. Right. So actually the second call, community call this year, in the last 3 weeks, a bunch of things have happened. Just to highlight a few, as you can see, the huge milestone, we finally released Anagolay wallet, alpha version at this moment, aka Anagolay browser extension, and also the verification strategy for the web domains. Let's do kind of a quick demo. I'm not going to do the full demo because we have a bunch of videos already on YouTube, and people can check them to see how the things work. But just to give a little bit more context for what we're working at the moment. So the browser extension is sort of a wallet specifically designed for the creators, for the content creators, to streamline their workflow and to make the community support way easier than it is now. Because everybody is a content creator basically, but the original creators, most of the time, they struggle with monetizing their creativity. So they're shitty they make a shitty salesman. And at the same time as like all the AI and all the things happening, so like we automate creativity, but the routine and mundane processes, they still remain on the shoulders of the creators. So we think it's not exactly right, so that's our attempt to fix this. So the first step is, hey Adriano. So the first step is the multi-token contributions for verified creators. Hey. So the idea that we implement various verification strategies to make sure, like, so people can prove who they are on the internet, so they're not a horse, not something. If you're familiar with the Keybase, for example, in the early days, that's what similar approach that Keybase took. So you can connect your public identities, like web domain, social media accounts, GitHub, Twitter, Mastodon, like, the federated identities now thing, all of those. And so people can know that you own all those channels, and then your community across all those platforms can start tipping you directly to your Twitter account, to your web domain, to your connected wallet in any kind of browser. So, and if you're talking about tipping, that's again, some people might be familiar with a Brave browser and Brave creators. So you can tip creators, verified creators via wallet. But the main difference, so we kind of make it universal. It works in any browser, in any Chromium-based browser, not just, it doesn't mean that all your supporters need to install and use Brave. And it works across all the multiple channels, and also the verification process is transparent. So the main point that everybody can check how the verification was made. And if something changes, if you no longer own a domain, if you're no longer in control of your account, get hacked or something, so it's also get updated. So that's the idea. And the first step, we rolled out the extension. Yeah, let me just show you how it works just here. So let's say I have it already installed, but everybody, so alpha is public, so you can test it yourself. And in our blog, which you can see right here on the screen, you can see a step-by-step guide how you can do it. And in the very end of it, you guys also can check the tutorial, how to install the application and how to verify your domain, so you can tip not only to our domains, which are already verified, but you can verify yours and make people tip you. Also, well, worth mentioning, currently at alpha stage, tipping works only in our native token, which is IDI. But the idea is to make the tipping, enable tipping in any .sama token, so people can choose. And well, later on, obviously, if we go in mainstream, it also should be bridged with ERC20 tokens and ultimately with fiat currencies. But that's a little bit further on our roadmap. So for now, let's check how the application works. So there is all the few steps to create an account. So even if you're a newbie in the Polkadot ecosystem, if you don't have an account, you usually can create one, but basically like any other wallet works. And then you can see a balance. You can choose, well, not exactly good with the naming, you can choose an account, and you can select the tipping amount, the set or tailor-made, and send a tip. So right now I am tipping to Anagolay dev, essentially, tipping myself, and the transaction is finalizing, and in a few seconds it's going to be finalized, and you can check it on the Polkadot.js, and you can see the block and everything where it's saved. So that is already out there. Everybody can test it, and well, if some of the ambassadors actually joining or will be watching this video later, that's one of the tasks that we have to help us test the application, to report the bugs, to let us know what can be improved, what's not working. So with the next release, we can fix all those things. And yes, and actually, so yeah, you can see here important stuff. Here it's verified, so you can see this a verified creator.
I think I don't see it when you click on the when you're opening actually the app. I see only the blog post before.
Yes, I was going to say the same thing. Maybe because of the permissions of the.
Oh right, maybe that's Well, that's ridiculous. That's quite ridiculous. But hey, thanks for letting me know, guys. You didn't see the extension.
No, we didn't see the extension. I think it's because you're sharing just the you're not sharing the screen, but just the application.
Yeah, that's an issue. But hey, so here what you missed.
Okay.
So here's the screenshot. Right. Well, next time we'll know and set up a proper stream. You know, it's still still first test run. So yeah, that's what you were supposed to see. Basically, on any website, we actually have Daniel's personal website here, wss.io, and you have an extension icon here. It's nice and kind of green-blue if the creator is verified. If creator is not verified, it's going to be a different color. And once you click on it, yeah, you see pop-up where you can see a balance. You can check, select an account, select the tipping amount, and send a tip. Well, since it's a screenshot of an image, you cannot see all the confetti, which is happening when you actually send the tip. But yeah, that's how it works. And
can you set a custom tip amount, or is it just the 1 or 5?
No, that's the idea. So kind of also the feedback is very much welcome here. But so the idea is you can see that auction is like 7.1, which is a weird number, which supposedly should tip off the users that it's a custom. So you can click here. Okay. And you can adjust the number. So when it's an actual extension, you know, it's we hope it's going to be intuitive, so you can click on it and adjust. But if not, again, we'll change things with the next release. Right, and then, well, I mean, let me try and I'll share my screen again, so you can see the entire page, not just one tab, and then probably I can show a little bit more things.
So while she's doing this, I've sent the in Discord, in this chat message. This is basically what nobody can see apart from me, because I am the owner of that domain where she was tipping. So you can clearly see that when she tipped 5 IDIs a minute ago. And then these are the actual tips of the Anagolay dev has 4 tips. And then, well, Voss Photo has Banjo. So basically everybody is tipping Voss Photo because it has pictures. And so I think 17 is Carla, or I'm not sure. We can actually see later on with the improved feature set who has sent this 17 IDI.
Okay, that was about to be my question. If you can add like a username to the tipping, or like a short message or something. Or is it...
Well, the thing is that there is no, since this is basically based on the addresses. There is no username. Username is the public address, the subscribe address. We could. We are having it on a roadmap that we will use KYC. So we will, like the identity palette, what Kusama has and Polkadot. So you can go through a register and get the KYC to get that check mark, right? And then we can pick that up, and if it's on either on our chain or on, maybe we can query the Polkadot or Kusama for the KYC on their chains and show the actual name. But that's a bit of a violation of privacy. Maybe someone doesn't want to show that. But then again, if you don't want, then don't go through KYC. So goes back in the circle.
Yeah, that's from one side, but then it's a valid point, because we've been also thinking, it's fun for the creators, rather than receive tips, also see the stats, right? Which channels get most tips, also who are the top supporters, and for the supporters, it's also like extra motivation to be featured And if a creator will give personal kudos to someone, like, hey, so yeah, but that's something to think about, and it would be fun to implement this as well.
And just to answer because he also mentioned the message, that will come soon. That's definitely coming. It's just adding this kind of functionality has a lot of repercussions. So you can't just since it's a blockchain, you cannot say add messages. So someone can add a gigabyte, or something like that. So we need to carefully think through how we're going to allow that, and also allow the message from the creator to the supporter when they support it, right? Then they can see the custom message, and from another way around, from a supporter to creator, so they can also say, hey, dude, I really love what you're doing. PS, whatever. And you can put that like a public. You can see how do we handle it? Are they public by default? Are they private by default? There's a lot of these. Just adding a message is a very complex thing.
Yeah, I can see the channels. I'm just thinking out loud.
Thank you, dude. Exactly that. This is what we really want to hear from people, because you've seen this for the first time, and you get ideas. So please keep them coming.
Yeah. Also, currently, the idea to turn it later into the subscriptions, right? So if you subscribe and you're gonna tip every month, then you get the exclusive access to some perks from the creator, which are up to the creator to set up. So it's somewhat similar to Patreon, but in a decentralized manner, which is not, which doesn't work within Patreon, but instead across existing distribution channels of the creator. Because most, let's say you publish videos on the YouTube, but then you reshare it on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Discord, etc., to actually get the traction and get the visibility. And so the idea, people don't need to go and support you via YouTube or subscribe in Mastodon to support you. Instead, it's connected to the wallet and they can tip. But yeah, and now there's so many things to actually think about and improve later. So to get a better idea, we really wrote a very comprehensive step-by-step guide how to first install the extension, and there are some intros about the concept and what's coming next as well. There are also a couple of tutorials which show the entire process to make sure everything works as intended. And that's basically the alpha. Oh yeah, one important thing is when you guys get a better idea about the Anagolay wallet and how it works, we would really like to hear from you. What are your thoughts on verification strategies and what you would like to see next? So I cannot actually share it, I believe, on Discord, because I'm sure. Yeah, I will share the screen again. Hang on. Right, cool. It seems like I'm back.
So King Charming, Mr. King Charming, you were saying something. Please to continue.
Yeah, the Medium article. Is it in chat? Where do I find it?
Medium article.
Oh yeah, that actually comes back to what I was talking about. So now we have a forum in the general. If you go to Kelp general, and there is a forum, and in the forum we have also frequently asked questions, and you can see the posts with the answers to all of those questions. So basically here you can see how to verify your domain, how to have you tried IGY extension, and here if you click on it you can see the whole the link to the step-by-step guide and how to test it.
Awesome.
All right, cool. Oh, shit. Next time we are not having this call in Discord because it's lagging tremendously now, and I have no idea if you guys still hear me or not quite. But yes,
I hear you.
if you
I hear you.
Perfect. Thanks. So
she kicked out. The problem is that the moment when she started sharing Discord within Discord, she created a feedback loop, and of course everything froze. So that was basically the issue. So you cannot share Discord within a Discord.
Yeah,
So
because you get the infinite loop.
Exactly. So of course the things get messed up. But let me just check. But let's continue. She's online. She just needs to probably restart the Discord and everything. So yeah, this is all first time for us. This is the second call. So this is gonna be fun.
No worries.
In the future, how we develop. We found, Elena, a reason why. What happened? You don't share
Discord doesn't like when I share Discord. Yeah.
Exactly. So don't share Discord.
Right. Okay. But the point is, it's really easy to find, and there is another poll asking which strategies would you like to see next, and that's something which we would really appreciate to hear from you and the community. So we can make it for Twitter, we can make it for YouTube, we can make it for GitHub, because we would really love to see this being used to support open source projects. And Twitter basically to we have another idea. It can help us to actually make it a little bit better known, because it's everybody has a Twitter, but not everybody has a domain, web domain. But yeah, essentially, like any subdomain, it is practically any social media account can be verified like this. It's just a question of how long it's going to take. All right, and if we are to follow the agenda, let me just wrap up with a couple more topics which we haven't covered yet. I will risk to share my screen again. Hope it works. I'm not going to share the Discord. All right. Oh, come on. Are you guys still here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so yeah, the one other update which I'd like to cover. So we revisited and we gave another spin to our token allocation, the IDI token allocation. Now we are going for parachain on Kusama. Currently, the guys just I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. You already launched it on Rococo, or that's going to be happening in the next couple of days.
Not exactly. It will be happening in a couple of days, hopefully.
Please let us know when that happens, because then we can join spinning up a test one for you guys.
That's something that I was thinking to contact you late after this community call. Because I know what she's going to say, so and I was kind of hoping that you will join, but yeah, so we'll I have plenty of questions. We did spin one call later and on our dev server, and it's synchronizing the whole Rococo, so takes time.
Yeah, it can take time.
Yeah, but let's discuss this after the community call, or at the end, however.
Sure. Let's do that.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, cool. So the quick update. So we now also allocated some tokens for the crowdloan reward pool, which is, well, perfectly. Currently, it's very nice timing to go for parachain because of the Kusama and Dot prices being down. So it's way easier than a year ago or something. We also increased the ecosystem development percentage a bit more because we are planning like marketing campaign to support other strategies rollout, and also ambassador program, which will be relaunched soon. And well, also liquidity allocation and staking rewards, but that's roughly the same. But now it's final, and basically with those numbers, we are happy to go for the TGE. And last but not least, we are also a featured newcomer on the Polkadot and Kusama community map. So the guys, the sub wallets did an awesome job in putting all those together.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, so now you can see Anagolay, Anagolay, and infrastructure, social fee, well, with all the Anagolay extension, and identity, which is, well, not exactly the case, but kind of. So somehow we also tapped on the identity.
But it does look really cool to be only us in the identity.
Well, it's among the newcomers, right? So there are obviously a bunch of projects, like starting from Kelp and the rest. But yeah, so here it looks cute, and well, feel free to show some love, vote for Identity and Anagolay, because now we are somewhere at the very end of the list, but hopefully it will change soon. And with that, yeah, that's about it. That's the main things in the last 3 weeks. Quite something. Right, let's go to the beautiful background which Carlo prepared for the call. I mean, since we have it, and yeah, now whatever you guys want to discuss.
How often do you want to do these community calls?
Sorry, can you come again, please?
Oh, do you have a timeline for like how often you will do the community calls?
Yeah, exactly. So the idea to have it on a bi-weekly basis. So it's every second Wednesday or third Wednesday, but of the month. So well, maybe if we see that it's like really happening when the community going to be growing, we can start doing it weekly. But for now, it makes sense to have it every second week.
Cool.
Same time that they're also going to be here on the server, so people can send a reminder, and if you have time, then join in.
Yeah, I'll set my reminder.
Perfect, but yeah, hey, really nice to see some people joining, because like since we just haven't started, the idea was to just do the recording and share it over there. But I think we have ultimately we had it much more fun.
Well, if you guys want, I can do some like from the top of my head, the kind of a wrap up from the technical side that Elena did not include. Not just like last 3 weeks, but I'm working on a 2022 wrap up, not a blog post, but just a page, basically, Notion page. What technology did we create in 2022? And I'm probably not even halfway there. It's already amazing how much stuff we have done. Like we have made 4 or 5 pallets. That's just runtime. So we have so Ideanale. Can you please turn off the sharing of the screen? It's so we can try to speed up the Discord. So we Ideanale, Adriano, please correct me. But Ideanale runs on 5 custom pallets. So we have operations, workflows, statements, proof of existence, verifications, and tipping. So all custom, and they are all we are building them all with one picture in mind, and that is to finally, once and for all, solve the rights management in a Web3 world, which people have tried. They are doing it in a different way. I truly believe SSI is the future, but I don't believe that SSI will be able to handle certain rights managements as we need it. So we proved the point that our statements and workflows can be used for something else and is not a digital asset, which is the tipping. Tipping works exactly like that. Verification is using workflows. Tipping is using the verification, and verification is again using the statements to kind of figure out who owns the actual domain, and then based on that transparent trust, we are able to make a tip. So it's not just moving a token from one place to another. There is a whole verification kind of trust behind involved behind who owns what. So we have proven that. It took us the whole last year. We were struggling like to kind of make something that is okay. You cannot see my hands. It's massive. Make it to something that is easy to understand. That it makes sense. So that's on from the runtime side. Then we have built extension. Then we have built an application that's from the Anagolay itself, and then supporting thing that has started doing this on the Kelp side. Kelp is an actual company that is behind the whole thing. Some things that are not Anagolay specific, we use in Kelp, so we put on the Kelp namespace. So image processing service, hosting service. We have built I built a transpiler for Java for TypeScript to JavaScript that builds on top of ES build, so I can actually build the Anagolay application.
So I believe it's going to require application to do the builder.
But that is the point. That is exactly that. That's the point of Anagolay. So we started with the idea about copyright. Okay, so I want to share my. If you go to woss.photo, this is basically that what we are. So I'll just send here. This is my portfolio. The idea is that all these images that you see in front of you should have a copyright, and then you can, as a user, can license them directly from me. So you don't have to go to Shutterstock. You don't have to go to get images. You don't have to sign lengthy and lengthy TOCs. So the idea is that we are with Anagolay extension in the future. You can just say, "Hey, I love this Eum Arboreum. That it's a first 3 images, and I want to license this, right? And you will buy directly from me." So this is the
super
idea.
Interesting. That's super interesting. So basically,
sorry, go on.
if I understand it correctly, so basically that you can put on your art or pictures you put online, you can put, let's say, licenses rights, and then you can put the price. So if someone wants to license it, they can just go directly, and then they can tip that price, and then they have it without any middleman, other middlemen. That's amazing.
Yeah, and even more so you essentially you're tipping, or you're making a transaction, but not generally for the web domain or for the account, but for a specific asset shared on your channel, right? Like a specific photo shared in there, and then you can set multiple licenses, right? So it's exclusive, it's non-exclusive, so it can be different options from which you can choose. So we started sort of decentralized Patreon, but the whole idea is to make kind of a hybrid between Patreon and Shutterstock, build around the creator's workflow to make it easier to kind of streamline the entire thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it started as a simple idea. Daniel, want to be able to sell my images on that very specific website 6 years ago. So the amount of stuff that we need to
Bottomless
build.
pit.
No, but the thing is that when you start discovering, then you discover that this layer is broken. That there is no such a thing built anywhere where you can have a true trust, implicit trust to something that is said, right? And this is basically what blockchain is about. So that you can just show the process. This is how it is done. So you are presented with the proof that I am verified, that I have verified the domain. So you can go backwards and see, how did I do it? What did I use? When have I done it? What amount of this blah 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 blah, right? So, and the same thing for a copyright of an image. Like, how did I obtain it? Of course, you don't get the original raw pixels, right? Or pixels of the image, bytes of the actual image, but you can see the process. And if you trust that process, then you trust the outcome. And this hasn't been done. And this is what Anagolay is all about. But it's very hard to explain to people. And we've been trying for years, and nobody gets it. So we had to make, as I said, something that is massive into something small that you can see. Thus, verification of the domains of the Twitter, tipping. But as I said, they work on the same principle as if you would in the future license that image from me directly. So you don't pay 80% to Shutterstock, you pay only transaction fee. Nothing else. So yeah, I get a lot of money. That's good stuff. I mean, not a lot of money, but 80 cents. But if you pay but not like 10 cents, what Shutterstock and all the other ones are stealing.
No, but that on top of it also. Okay. I wanted to switch the topic. Continue.
Yeah, but just to keep
kind of.
Just to keep the thing, just to keep the line with an image. The problematic thing was that if you have all those images are raw images, are 100 and something megabytes. You don't serve the raw images on the web on the web. You don't even verify the raw images. You don't claim the raw copyright of the raw images. You claim the copyright of a rendition that is directly linked to the raw image, right? And then the problem with all the image processing services out there, including Cloud Foundry, ImageX, even static size generators like Gatsby, Next.js, or whatever, the moment when they create different renditions, they strip away the metadata, which means you basically lose 50% of copyright. So it's untraceable. So I said, well, fuck this. There must be a better way. So I built an image processing service that is aware of copyright. So basically, every rendition that you create out of the copyrighted images carries the copyright and the licenses. So this has been done. This is actually online, but it's super private because I don't want people to slash the server and crash the server because it works on top of IPFS and so I don't, we are hosting other stuff on that server, so it's some of the security. But if you are interested, and whoever is interested, we can seriously truly go through that because it is the missing link where people say like, but hey, what if I download it? But why would you? There is no need, because you can change the width, you can change the height, you can change the format, right? So why would you download it, open a Photoshop? Even just opening a Photoshop is going to take you 100 times longer than changing it via URL, and keeping the license. So yeah, a lot of stuff has. Well,
we could actually possibly dive into one of the upcoming community calls. So
we could, if there is a interest, I could even demo it and I could show and explain more on this, because this does not exist. Again, it's a unique thingy.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see that.
And also it works for videos.
Amazing.
So yeah. Cool. Any questions? Please do ask.
One thing, one thing which I just wanted to kind of continue on what was Daniel been talking about with the Getty images. You guys probably heard about all the scandals happening now with the Shutterstock Getty images, all the rest, training the AI using all the database of the contributors to train their own AI without asking for permission or like anything. So in this case, actually, we can implement a similar model, but when the creators can choose to opt in or opt out, whether they want to contribute to the training data set, and if so, they can be incentivized in the tokens. So that's actually something that blockchain can perfectly address.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that scandal. Like, I'm not much on the scandal news. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting interesting use case that I could see definitely to solve.
But yeah, in general, just rights management and in the Web3, it's a huge topic, but it's relatively new, so that's why it happens for, the first comers. It's usually a huge struggle to explain what's the hacking point behind it.
Yeah.
So next community call we could have exclusively somewhat also educational about the rights management in general, because this is something that we should definitely. I'm always pro educating people, so we could make one to kind of explain how it is in a real world, and then how it is how it should be. Because now it's a very fertile land for everybody to rip other people, like rip them, they take the money from them, because it's all these NFTs this and NFTs that, and people sell NFTs and then they resell NFTs and people get sued and suing other people. So it's seriously, why suing other people? Why not just go to a bar and get shit-faced drunk? Get your time straight. So basically, this is my motto. Let's not sue anybody. Let's just build technology that works, and not just go drink and have fun. So yeah, that would be next.
Cool. Yeah. Well, let's think about it and prepare.
Okay. Cool. Perfect.
So guys, I think I see also Oliver join us and Bhagwat. If you guys want to say something or some questions, that feel free. If not, that's also fine. Cool. Well, if not, I think it's been 47 minutes for a community call. Quite.
Thank you very much for joining and listening.
Thank you for presenting.
Everyone, have a great evening. Yeah. Bye-bye.